Hey guys, how you doing? Hope everything is well. Everything is good with me. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this young lady named Kada. Kada Scott. She's 23 years old out of Philly. They said that she was complaining about somebody was harassing her on the phone, and she went to work that night. So when she went to work, they said she left early. And when she left early, they didn't hear anything else about her, anything else from her. But she didn't even, she's not using her phone. She's not on the internet. Like, it's strange. And I don't know if she explained to the family, like, who this person was, or who was harassing her, because this it's sad. We're gonna listen to the news because they don't know if it's like one person, or a couple of people. So we're gonna pray, and let's hope this young lady, get back with her family, because I mean, it's been a day, and you already know if a person be online, especially 23 years old, she be online, all the time, and all of a sudden her phone is not working, her social media has not been touched, and you know what else is strange too? Who got her to leave out of the house? I mean, excuse me, out from work. She was at work. She's a caregiver. So how did somebody get her to come out? So that makes me feel like, it's somebody close to her. Yeah, a friend. Because if you already getting harassed on the phone by someone, you already know. I ain't going out there like that. But to make you leave your job and come outside, it had to be somebody that you trusted. You understand what I'm saying? So let's see what they're saying, y'all.
All right. My name's John Craig. It's John Craig. I am Captain, the commanding officer of Northwest Detectives.
Sorry.
So, Captain, you have this missing persons report filed by family. Can you give some of the bullet points on when and where last seen and possible travel?
Certainly. The family of Miss Kada Scott, who's a 23-year-old black female who stands 5'6", 120 pounds, reported her missing on 10/5/25. She was last seen by her mother the night before at approximately 9:50 p.m. when Miss Scott was leaving for work. We do know she did arrive at work. She works at a nearby nursing home. However, we know that she left prior to her shift's completion. Detectives are currently canvassing the neighborhood for video. We're interviewing friends and family, and we're analyzing cell phones.
Somebody got her to come out the house. Somebody got her to come out of that nursing home, because she, like he said, they left prior. So it had to be a friend, because if you know somebody is threatening you or whatever, being harassed, you're not going out there. So this what makes me think it had to be a friend that she trusted. It's messed up, y'all.
Data. What's troubling about this case is, number one, you have a 23-year-old young lady who has completely disappeared. We have no cell phone activity or social media activity, and she's not reached out to family or friends. In the days prior to her disappearance, Ms. Scott related to family and friends that unknown individuals or person had been harassing her via phone. We're investigating that. We're trying to learn more. That being said, we want the public to take a really good look at Ms. Scott's photo. Any information, no matter how small, it would be of great use to detectives investigating this case. Any information can be forwarded to our tip line, or you can call Northwest Detectives directly at 215-686-3353.
When does her shift usually end, and how early did she leave?
We're not exactly sure the exact time she left. It was pretty soon after arriving. She worked a 10 p to 6 a shift, overnight shift.
In her social media, I'm not sure if you've been able to scrutinize it. Is there anything there, any like internal messages, anything that suggests that she's left for a reason?
Thus far, nothing like that's been located. However, we're doing a deep dive on all our social media as we speak, and those are things we're going to be looking at. Internal messages, posts, or things like that. But as of right now, there's nothing.
This is how
This time, do you believe she's in danger?
At this time, I mean, all I can say right now is that a 23-year-old girl hasn't been seen in 4 days. There is that her explaining to family that she'd been harassed by an individual or individuals via phone. So we do have some concern, more so than usual. So again, we're just pleading for the public to take a really good look at Miss Scott's photo and let us know if you've seen her.
Did her coworkers report any strange behavior when she was working that night?
We did interview coworkers. There was nothing too extravagant in her statements. We're still in the process of doing that, so.
Do we know what the harassment was about? If it was somebody that she even knows?
We're still trying to get to the bottom of that. Again, we don't know who that person was. We do know that, but we don't know who it was. So we're trying to determine that. We're still in the process of doing interviews, seeing if we can figure out who the person doing this harassment was.
See, when you in that
Did she arrive to work like via car? Is the car missing or?
She arrived to work in her car. That car has been recovered by police, has been processed for evidence and analyzed.
Work
She
in
did not
her
leave
car?
in her car, that's correct.
So when she came outside, they probably...
Correct, it was located in the parking lot. The police did recover that, and then we did forensically process that vehicle.
Cameras on the building show any sort of how she got where she went then after?
Unfortunately, no. We're still in the process of canvassing the nearby neighborhood in hopes of gathering some video.
And her phone doesn't show like ride share activity or?
On an initial inspection, no.
So that's the last time that you've seen, she was seen.
The last time she's leaving, was at work by coworkers shortly after her arrival at 10 o'clock.
History of this?
No history of this.
You can't ping her cell phone to any location?
We have, but it's all historical. Her cell phone is currently off. So what data, we do have data that's being analyzed, where she was in the time up to her disappearance. But as of this moment, her phone is off.
We're going to pray, but this one...
Do you have a message to people who, I know the general public, but those who may have information but think it's not relevant or valuable, maybe they know where she is, maybe they think nothing of it?
No matter what information you have, think of it as a possible piece to a large jigsaw puzzle. If there's 100 pieces to a puzzle, you may think your piece is insignificant. But without your piece, that jigsaw puzzle is not being solved. So I would plead with you, whatever information you have, reach out to the police. It's greatly appreciated.
It's unusual to have a press conference. I mean, not necessarily unusual, but we don't go to a lot of press conferences about missing people. Once again, it's the harassment that you said?
Correct. It's that harassment coupled with the length and time a person who is...
They definitely got to go to the police because remember, Jay just got finished saying that she was being harassed on the phone. So when she got to work, she left the job early to go outside. So somebody lured her outside. And like I said, there's no way in hell if somebody's threatening you, you're going outside. Like, no, we're calling 911. We're not doing that. So somebody that was close to her lured her outside, and I believe they put her in the car because her car was still at the job. This is so sad, man. So sad.
This is completely out of character. The family's describing this as completely out of character. She's in communication with family and friends. She seems to be a very bright, energetic woman who enjoys family and friends, and this has never happened in her 23 years on Earth. Coupled with what reports we were getting about this harassment from individuals. We're trying to figure out who they are. As I said, the more eyeballs I can get on this young lady's photo, we're hoping that anyone can lead us in the right direction.
Any leads on that group who was harassing her?
Not at this time, but again, we're kind of in this investigation's kind of in its infancy, and detectives, we're getting a lot of help from our partners.
But they can go to the phone
and
company.
we're going to continue to investigate this very thoroughly.
I just want to double check. You said 10-5 last seen, it really said 10-4 was the 10.
Whatever company.
She was last seen by her mother on 10-4. I think if I misspoke, the report was made on the 5th.
Thank you.
Yeah, she worked that overnight shift. Speaking from somebody who's done that in the past, you forget what dates are.
Are you suspecting she's local? She's going to be local, found locally, or are other states helping?
She's been entered into the National Crime Information Center database as missing, so anyone who has encounters with her is going to know she's missing. There's nothing to lead us to believe she has any connections out of state at this point, or right now, so it's pointing to local. But then again, I mean, we're very thorough in our investigation. We'll follow any lead where it takes us, no matter where.
And just to clarify, the last time you guys pinged the location of her cell phone was at work, but now her phone's off, so you
Yeah, it was a nearby cell
okay.
tower, so.
They took her phone and turned it off.
A few miles up in Mount Airy.
And I'm told she has a large social media following. Could it have been somebody that was a fan of hers on social media?
At this point, I mean, that'll be speculation. That being said, that's something we're taking a really close look at. As I said, we're kind of really going through our social media, messages, responses to posts, followers. And in today's day and age, social media is a very important part of young people's lives, so that's something we're going to really dig into.
To Tina's point, is that the duration she an influencer, someone who's very high visibility.
From somebody who really, I mean, obviously I wouldn't even know how to describe an influencer, but like generally, I think it looks like social media was a part of her life, like it is any 23-year-old. And that's all I can really say. I wouldn't say so much of an influencer, but definitely social media was a part of her life.
Thank you so much.
No problem. As I said.
Okay, y'all. We're going to have to pray for this young lady because this is crazy. She's 23 years old. She's 23 and she's missing. And this is really, really sad. Really, really sad. I don't even know what to say. Like, every time I turn around, it's something. It's something. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to go. Y'all hit that like button and subscribe, y'all. Peace. Let me get this.